Level 1. Gamora and Nebula. Gamora and Nebula share one of the most tragic sibling relationships in Marvel because their bond was shaped by abuse and forced rivalry instead of love. Both were adopted by Thanos, and he raised them as assassins while forcing them to compete violently. So their idea of family became a contest with real pain attached. Whenever Nebula lost to Gamora, Thanos punished her, and those punishments turned into hatred, because it felt easier for Nebula to blame her sister than to face the real monster behind it. Gamora carried her own kind of hurt, because winning never felt clean when it meant watching Nebula suffer again. Their strengths are built from that brutal training. Gamora has superior combat skill and physical ability, and she is known as the deadliest woman in the galaxy. Nebula is extremely durable because of her cybernetic body, and she combines those enhancements with sharp tactical intelligence. Together they form a dangerous pair because Gamora brings precise offense while Nebula brings relentless endurance and pressure. Their biggest weakness is emotional trauma because trust is hard when your childhood was a rivalry. Still, over time, they realize they were both victims of Thanos' abuse, and that understanding changes everything. They reconcile, and their relationship evolves from rivalry into true sisterhood. They have even teamed up to defeat cosmic threats, including Thanos himself, proving that family can be rebuilt after it was broken. Even after they reunite, old wounds and trust issues still follow them into every mission. Level 2. Sue Storm and Johnny Storm. Sue Storm and Johnny Storm represent one of Marvel's most stable and loyal sibling relationships, and that steady bond makes their teamwork feel natural when danger shows up. After losing their mother and being raised in a broken home, Sue became Johnny's protector and emotional anchor, so she learned to stay calm and responsible while Johnny learned he was not alone. Sue developed the ability to create force fields and become invisible, and her strength is defensive control and leadership because she can protect people and shape the space around a fight. Johnny gained the ability to generate flames and fly, and he excels in offensive combat because he can pressure enemies fast and hit hard without hesitation. Their powers fit together cleanly because Sue can shield the team and keep everyone standing while Johnny can strike, distract, and push threats back. Their weaknesses match their personalities. Sue's weakness is emotional stress because the weight of protecting everyone can shake focus, especially when the stakes feel personal. Johnny's weakness is his impulsive and reckless nature because he can act first and think later, which sometimes creates problems Sue has to fix. Even so, they have fought together as members of the Fantastic Four, protecting Earth from threats like Galactus, Doctor Doom, and cosmic invasions. Their bond is defined by trust, loyalty, and family unity, and that trust is the quiet fuel behind their loud powers. When it goes wrong, they argue, but they still back each other up. Level 3. Cyclops and Havok. Scott and Alex Summers, Cyclops and Havok, are brothers shaped by tragedy, leadership, and immense power, and their bond carries both respect and rivalry at the same time. After losing their parents in a plane crash, they were separated and raised apart, and that early split created emotional distance that can still surface in stressful moments. Cyclops developed into a disciplined leader of the X-Men, and he possesses optic blasts capable of destroying massive objects. But his real strength is how controlled and strategic he is with that power. Havok developed plasma energy powers capable of releasing devastating energy waves, and he is an unpredictable but powerful combatant who can overwhelm opponents through sheer output. Their strengths work best together because Cyclops brings tactical brilliance and leadership, while Havok brings raw force that can break a stalemate. Their weaknesses stem from emotional tension and rivalry, especially Havok's struggle to live in Cyclops' shadow, because comparing yourself to a famous brother can poison teamwork. Still, despite their differences, they have teamed up countless times to protect mutant kind and fight enemies such as Apocalypse, Sentinels, and cosmic threats. Their bond is defined by shared responsibility because even when they clash, they understand the stakes and show up for the same cause. Cyclops often leads with a cool head, and that discipline keeps the team organized under pressure. Havok can feel torn between wanting approval and wanting independence, which adds heat to their rivalry. Still, they reunite when mutant lives are on the line. Level 4, Wiccan and Speed. Billy and Tommy, Wiccan and Speed, represent the next generation of cosmic-level siblings, and their bond begins with rediscovery rather than a normal childhood. They are the reincarnated twin sons of Scarlet Witch, and they were separated at birth, then reunited as teenagers, and only later learned they were brothers, so they had to build trust from scratch. Billy, known as Wiccan, possesses chaos magic similar to Wanda, including reality manipulation, teleportation, and energy creation. And his strength is near-limitless magical potential that can change a fight in an instant. Tommy, known as Speed, inherited super speed similar to Quicksilver, and his fearless personality makes him quick to act when others freeze. Their weaknesses are just as personal as their strengths. Billy is emotionally sensitive and fears losing control, and that fear can make his power feel risky at the worst time. Tommy is impulsive and rebellious, and Speed without patience can turn into trouble fast. They have fought together as members of the Young Avengers, protecting Earth from mystical and cosmic threats, and their bond is defined by emotional support. Tommy often grounds Billy emotionally when the pressure rises, while Billy helps guide Tommy morally when impulse takes over. They feel like siblings who are still growing into their full potential, and that promise is what makes them so dangerous. Because they rely on each other, their teamwork gets stronger with every mission, and they prove they are more than a legacy, they are a duo now. Level 5. Angela and Thor. Angela and Thor share a bond defined by separation and rediscovery, and it feels like finding family after an entire lifetime has already passed. Angela is Thor's long-lost sister, taken from Asgard at birth and raised in a different dimension, unaware of her true family, so the distance between them is built into their story. When Angela eventually discovers her identity, she initially opposes Thor, because trusting a stranger who claims to be family can feel impossible, but later she accepts him as her brother. Their strengths are immense, because both possess divine Asgardian physiology, granting them immortality, super strength, and combat mastery, and that places them in a tier where normal heroes simply cannot keep up. Thor brings the power and presence of a god who has faced impossible battles, while Angela is often even more ruthless and efficient due to her upbringing as a warrior assassin. Together they become a sharp divine combination, because Thor can endure and dominate, while Angela can strike with relentless purpose. Their weakness lies not in physical ability, but in emotional distance caused by their lost childhood together, because missing shared memories can make teamwork feel cautious at first. Even so, they have fought side by side to defend Asgard and the universe, forming a powerful divine sibling alliance that grows stronger as they choose trust over the years they lost. They do not always understand each other's instincts, because they were trained in different worlds. Still, every shared battle helps them rebuild family, step by step, through action together. Level 6. Thor and Loki. Thor and Loki represent one of the most emotionally complex sibling relationships in Marvel, because their bond is built on love, jealousy, betrayal, and the stubborn hope of redemption. Thor is Odin's biological son and heir to Asgard, while Loki is his adopted brother, raised alongside him but always feeling inferior, and that insecurity shaped Loki into a manipulative and cunning figure who often opposed Thor. Their strengths are immense. Thor possesses god-level strength, durability, and control over thunder and storms, while Loki possesses powerful magic, illusions, shape-shifting, and strategic intelligence that can flip a situation without throwing a punch. Loki's greatest strength, his cunning mind, is also his weakness, because his need for validation drives him toward betrayal when he feels overlooked. Thor's weakness is his emotional attachment to Loki, which Loki can exploit, even when Loki later regrets it. Throughout history, they have fought both as enemies and allies. Loki has attempted to conquer Earth and overthrow Asgard, yet he has also fought alongside Thor against cosmic threats like Thanos, Surtur, and universal destruction. Their relationship constantly shifts between rivalry and brotherhood, but at their core, they remain family-bound by shared history and destiny, and that shared history keeps pulling them back together. when everything is burning. Despite Loki's betrayals, Thor consistently tries to save and redeem him because Thor believes there is still good in him. That hope is what makes them dangerous together, because it turns a rivalry into an alliance at the moment it matters. Level 7. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Wanda and Pietro Maximoff, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, take level 7 because their bond and their power can bend reality itself. Their relationship is forged through trauma, survival, and loyalty, because as children they grew up persecuted and experimented on, and that harsh upbringing made them rely on each other above all else. Pietro became extremely protective of Wanda, often acting as her defender when people feared her powers, while Wanda trusted Pietro more than anyone else. Their strengths complement each other perfectly. Wanda possesses chaos magic capable of altering reality, while Pietro's super speed allows him to move faster than sound and protect or attack instantly, so he can create openings and save Wanda before danger fully arrives. However, Wanda's greatest strength is also her greatest weakness, because her emotional instability can cause catastrophic consequences, including reshaping reality unintentionally. Pietro's weakness is his impulsive personality and emotional dependence on Wanda, which can push him into reckless choices when he's trying to protect her. Historically, they began as reluctant villains in Magneto's Brotherhood of Mutants after he saved them from a mob, but later defected and became Avengers, proving moral growth. They have fought side by side countless times, defending Earth, protecting each other from cosmic threats, and even standing against their own father Magneto. Despite frequent arguments and conflict, they always return to each other, and that nearly unbreakable bond is what makes them the most powerful siblings on this list. Their loyalty survives fear, enemies, and family conflict, which is why they keep rising.